to pop out in the exam. Use 65, use the 65th percentile. Well, they like the 65th percentile. That's what I can tell you. As an example, it can be defined as the lowest score greater than 65%. Of the scores, the 65th percentile can also be defined as the smallest score that is greater or equal to 65% of the scores. Okay, fine. This is not actually that important. Well, see, when calculating percentiles, number one, guys, most stats, I want you to actually emphasize this part. Arranging your data into ascending order. This one, share, very important. Attempt a question stats. Number one thing, arrange the data in ascending order. That's number one. Number two, question, you have a question? You don't have a question. Start this step. Start this step. The position of this is the position, yeah? This is the position. This is very important. I hope you guys have noted this because I sent it in the group chat, yeah? If it is not an integer, round p percentile to the value of the position. Yeah, let's look at an example. I feel like this would be good if we look at an example, yeah? Here's an example. This is an example. Example number 9. Sheba, ba file professor, ba mo file di marks. Ke professor. Professor, maybe go vits. Ba mo file di marks. So professor, what's the stats? Or arranges it to order. That's number one. Arrange them to order. Arrange it to order. And then they say Jaco scored 70th scored in the 70th percentile. What is his mark? This is what you do. You take 70 over 100 multiplied by 45. This 45, it's the total. This is n. It's n. You see, from this formula, that's what they use. So he said I is equal to 70 percentile over 100 multiplied by n. N is the total number of the marks. So if I scored in the 70th, percentile key substitute in the 70 over 100, and then n key 45. So this is the mark. As we all know, as we now do, all we now do is round the number up. Babo, this is it's rounded up. So it's in this 32nd mark, which is 76%. 76%. This is what they mean. Yeah? I calculated the value. We go back to this is very important, guys. If it is not an integer, example of integers are whole numbers, natural numbers, what else? Yes, we can take that negative numbers, whole numbers, right? So this is a decimal, it's not an integer. Integers are not defined by decimals. So you round it up. So it was rounded to 32, because 5 is rounding up 32, right? So I calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I know here 15. The total number in the first row is 15. Second row, 15M. So it states 31, 32. Why not 32? It's 76%. Here, 32, 76. Rounding off, 32. So yeah, counter stats because it's arranged in ascending order. So I'm gonna get 76%. Bravo. Do you understand that part? Or should I explain it again? Sharp. So I'll look at number 2 because it's a similar question. Number 2 says Michael scored in the 20th percentile. Meaning if I'm in the 20th percentile, what is my mark? Step number 1, it's in ascending order. Step number 2, percentile ke 20, substitute ka 20. So I get that it's in the 9th position. So if it's in the 9th, the 20 percentile is the average between the 9th and the 10th, right? So it's like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Key 9. Key 9. Key 9. And well, they're saying if this is equal to 9, they say this is between the 9th and the 10th. And the 10th. Well, here it's there's a bit of an error, ne? It's an error actually, because of we got an integer. If we got an integer, we don't round off anything, ne? We don't round off anything. We just go to our stats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 52. 52, it's our value. 52, it's our value. 52, it's our value. Okay, I'm lying. I am lying. If it's an integer, it's going to be between I and 1. So our I, we got 9. So our I is equal to 9. And then our I plus 1 is equal to 9 plus 1, which gives us 10. So it's going to be between 9 and 10. Yes, I'm capping. I kept for a few minutes there. Sharp. So it's going to be between the 9 and the 10. So the 9 and the 10 is these ones, 52 and 54. The average. And then there is no score of 53 in the data. So Michael only 54%. Michael only 54%. 54%. Sharp. I'm going to explain this again. Yeah? I'm going to explain it again. Very important. I'm going to explain it again. Ke tlo explain gape gore e reng. If you calculate a percentile, the 20th percentile, and the answer is an integer. Well, if I get an integer, I'm going to look at the integer. I calculate 9. Then I look at the I plus 1. This is what it says here. This box here is very important. Very important. Very important. Very important. Very important. Important. Very important. Very important. So, my data set here, if I have an integer, it's I plus 1. So I plus 1, it gives me 10. And then I go back to my data. I look at the orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These two is what I'm focusing on. 52 and 54. I want the average of 52 and 54. This is how I get the average. I divide both values by 2. I divide the sum by 2. And if I don't get that value, if I have value A, Well, it's not there. It means it has to be this one, right? Because of if I just take this one, it will be as if I assume it's the 9th position. So I take the next one. Get like for C. C is what I'm looking at now. I want the 50th percentile. Same thing. You told a value that is not an integer. If I get a value that is not an integer, I round it up. If I round 22,5, I'm gonna get 23. So ke ya ko tatsing yaka ke batla the 23rd position. I remember this is 15, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 20. Oh, ke bala le that's wrong. This was not ascending. Here ascending order. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Here 23. Here marketing 3. 23. So the important is 66%. About the 50th percentile. The 50th percentile, it's 66%. Questions? Questions? No questions. No questions. Okay. Exercise 4, they're talking about smokers. Maubema. We have one nouns. Ababema. Sir, please explain again. Knowledge. What do you want me to explain?
Sir, can you please explain number C?
Number C. Is C a number?
So the alphabet C. How do you get 66?
C in number. That's why I'm asking. Okay, sharp. Very explain. Is it the only thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sharp. The question says, Dimpo scored the 50th percentile. Dimpo scored the 50th percentile. Dimpo scored the 50th percentile. What is her mark? They want her mark. If we want the 50th percentile, we're gonna substitute T with it on the equation. We know our equation is I is equal to P over 100. P standing for percentile. Multiply by the number of values. Number of values is 45. My answer is 22,5. 22,5. You calculate I. I as the integer. I as the integer. Because get decimal. Get round up. I round up. So when I round 22,5, I get 23. This is me rounding off 22,5. I get 23. So I look for the mark in the 23rd position. So keep 15 the first, and then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, that's the wrong card. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Here 23. Why want 23rd position? 66%. That is how we got the 66%. Did I answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure. So exercise 4. Well, I want exercise 4. Look at it. Nice, ne? Wow. So many values. Yes. So that is what you're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do. And then tomorrow, we're gonna look at the 5 summary. Box and whisker. Box and whisker. box and whisker. That's what we're gonna look at tomorrow. So now homework ya gago, own work. A, the whole of 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 A. It's your homework. I'm gonna send it in the group chat. The whole of A, it's your work. You're gonna do it now. It's not homework. You're gonna do it now. The whole of A, as well as exercise number 3. And then with A, E, A, E, A, E, A, E, Lidi, and Lidi, A, E, D. Did I send them a group chat? Any questions? Any questions?
So can I ask something?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying any questions so that you can ask.
Kopa o khutlele ko the part mono explain ako ting.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, the percentiles. Or the quartiles.
Yes, sir.
Okay. More? Mona?
Yeah, yes, sir. Kosi. Kopa botsa, is it necessary? Like go parting A out in a mobaring Dimpo obtained 66% and scored better than 50%. The last sentence is necessary, sir.
Yeah, we mal. Just so to show the markup for what I did. I get 50% dates on. But I was 50%. Mona,
Yes.
more than 20%. I want 20%.
Yes.
Mona get 70. You have 70%.
Oh.
Okay. Sharp.